Hey, I'm back with another resolution video, and today we're going to be looking at their HubSpot integration with Jira. Now, this is technically a part 2 because earlier I did do a part 1 which showed you how to establish the connection, but now they've released an update and we're going to be taking a look at some pretty cool and interesting reporting capabilities that are now built into Jira as part of this update. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a like if you get value out of this video. And don't forget to check out the link down below because you definitely want to start a free 30-day trial to this HubSpot CRM for Jira integration by resolution. Let's jump into Jira and let's walk through a use case, if you will, of how and why you would want to use this new reporting capabilities. So here I am inside of Jira, and this can work in any Jira project, but I have a bug. Jira is not working. And in my line of work, if Jira doesn't work, that can be either a really, really good thing because people are going to be asking for help, or it can be a really, really bad thing if I'm depending on Jira working in order to be able to run my business. Now, in this particular case, we're going to go with the latter option. Jira is not working, at least my instance is not working, and this is going to cause some trouble with some deals that I'm working over on the HubSpot side. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's my bug, right? Just got reported, and Jira's not working, help. And over on the HubSpot side, I have 2 deals. I'm working on a current resolution sponsorship, and I'm working on a brand new deal for some new feature marketing that I'm going to be doing with the sponsor. All right, so what do we do now? Well, if you remember from the first video, we simply click on these 3 dots over here, and we now have the HubSpot CRM for Jira. So we're going to click on that. That's going to load up this middle UI, which is going to integrate and get our HubSpot and Jira talking to each other. And we're simply going to link a HubSpot object because it already exists. And we just want to link to our 2 deals. Because of this problem, we essentially have a bit of a hiccup, right? And so we're going to look up this build out, and here it is. And so we're going to add it, and then we're going to look for the other one, right? We're going to type in resolution, and we're just going to get them both connected. So I'm going to click on resolution, and there it is as well. Add this one here. And now we have both of these set up. I'm going to hit close. And now you can see that this particular Jira issue is connected with HubSpot. We see it in the Jira side. And if I go to the HubSpot side, hit refresh, and then I'm going to go into each deal, and you're going to see that on the right-hand side where there is a Jira section. So we just got to go find that real quick. And here it is all the way at the bottom. Let me move myself out of the way. And you're going to see that there's my Jira issue, problems with Jira not working. And if I go back to the other deal that we were looking at, you're going to see the same thing all the way down here. We have a Jira issue because we have a problem. Our Jira is not working, so both of these deals are in jeopardy right now, and that's not good for business. But of course, if you've seen the first video, then you know how easy that is to get this integration working, right? This video is not about that, right? You should already know, especially if you saw the first video, linked down in the description, how to get these 2 tools talking to each other. But what we want to start highlighting is the reporting capabilities that are now integrated. So I want to show you 2 pretty cool things back over on the Jira side. So back over in Jira, one of the first things that I want to show you is when you go searching for stuff, right? When you're doing your JQLs or you're trying to just find issues, we now have a couple of new fields that are available as part of this update. And as you can see here, we have the HubSpot deals, HubSpot tickets, HubSpot contacts, and HubSpot companies. Now I'm only showing the deals, but if you had tickets or contacts or companies or even the deals that we're going to be showing, anywhere, however you have your data linked between Jira and HubSpot, it's going to show up here. So this is a new capability where at a glance in this issue search view, we can now see how many of our deals or tickets or contacts or companies are being impacted by the tickets that are inside of Jira. So if you have like a JSM system set up and people are raising problems or there's problems with your tools or whatever the case may be, those tickets as they come in, they could have a potential negative or positive influence. And HubSpot is going to be a different tool that allows you to work a different part of your workflow. But now they're basically talking to each other and you can see and at least appreciate the impact of one problem over here and how it's going to impact our business over here on this side. And so this is step number 1 or feature number 1 that I wanted to show you. Now, what's really cool, because this data is in a Jira field, we can do searches on it, right? So I should be able to go over to JQL and I'm going to show where and HubSpot, I'm just going to go deals, is not empty. So now I can just find the issues where that HubSpot item is not empty, right? And so it's gonna bring me back this data. And what's really cool, because this is just Jira, I can save this as a filter, right? So I'm gonna show HubSpot deals not working, right? Probably not the best title of this, but the idea is you're making a filter. But now that I have that filter, I can assign it to somebody to go work and all that, right? All the Jira stuff normally works. But the last piece that I want to show you is that we have a dashboard, right? We can create these dashboards so that as issues arise and as we're solving them, we can always stay on top of what's going on, right? So I'm just going to go HubSpot data over here. Private, doesn't matter, right? Whatever you pick for you and your team. And now we can leverage the power of the default gadgets over here to build our dashboard. So I'm just going to go down to my traditional gadget that I have, which I really, really like using the issue statistics one. We're going to do that. We're going to go to our HubSpot, if I can spell HubSpot, right here. And let's just see a signee, right? I want to see who's working on it. And so now for both of those issues, I can see who's working on it. I can add another one where we can basically do it by status. So if we have something very important, we need to know how they're being worked on. So we can do status over here, right? And so now I can see, based on, again, all those tickets that are associated with these particular problem areas, we can see what status they're in. If they're not being worked on, no good, right? And then the last one that I'm gonna add is we can do the same thing, but this time we can bring in like the priority field, right? And so if you have, again, I'm not very creative here, but if you are pretty creative, you can be resourceful with the available gadgets and build a dashboard that paints the perfect picture. And again, because resolutions update basically just adds new fields to Jira, those fields behave and act the way like any other Jira custom field would work. And so now we can report on it. We can build JQL filters on it. We can put them in dashboards, and we can get a whole new appreciation for those impacts, right? Those causes and effects. When one thing is slowed down over here and somebody's not working it over here on the Jira side, it's having some significant business problems over here on the marketing side, right? And so we want to sometimes balance those out, but sometimes those teams aren't talking to each other, right? And so this is a great way to give the developers or that technical team that appreciation of like, hey, your stuff that's not working, it's preventing us from making money. And if we don't make money, well, you know, that's not a good thing, right? And so this is really bridging that gap and letting these teams communicate with each other. And without having to duplicate data, without having to email each other, asking each other for status reports and all that good stuff, we can now, because of this integration, surface reports that all of our stakeholders can be always up to date with and be able to see. Obviously, mine are a little simple, right? I don't use HubSpot every single day, but if HubSpot is critical for your business, then I highly recommend you give this a go, because it's just gonna, again, give you such great insights into what's going on and give everybody that extra level of context that they need to help troubleshoot and then hopefully resolve these problems so that you can get back to making some money. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Most importantly, don't forget to check out those links in the description down below. You definitely want to start a free 30-day trial to HubSpot CRM for Jira. And if you haven't seen the first video, it's also linked down below. Go watch that video so you can see how easy it is to get these tools to connect to each other. But most importantly, special thank you to Resolution for making this video possible. Hope you show them your support by trying out their app in the Atlassian Marketplace today. Link down below, and I'll see you in the next one.